Hi, so in this lesson we're going to think about what Manchester is like. So we've looked at Rio de Janeiro, you've looked at different urban areas and thought about what urban is and urbanisation, the growth of cities. So we're going to look at Manchester now, and we're going to look at some of its importance today, and we're going to lead on to look at some of the issues in Manchester. So we need to find out why Manchester is important locally, so around the area, nationally, so in the country, and internationally across the world. And it's not just because of Manchester United or Man City, I guess, these days. So let's have a look at our Earth again and think about where Manchester is. So if I zoom into the United Kingdom, heading towards the northwest of England, I can start to see the urban area of Manchester. So we can see there's a lot of motorways, these yellow lines joining Manchester up with the rest of the country. So if we think about why people are living here, we can look at a few clues in the landscape around it. Well, first of all, Manchester is not next to the sea. We don't have a beach or anything in Manchester. Closest sea is over by Liverpool here, Southport, Blackpool, that area. But what it did mean is that transport could come along this River Mersey and they could start to trade things. So Manchester was a good trading port. If we have a look to the right of Manchester, to the east, we can see that there's a lot of green space, well, green and brown. That's because that land is countryside. If I just change the shape of the land, you can start to see that there are a lot of hills over there. It would have been very difficult to settle on these hills, whereas Manchester itself is quite flat. If you've ever walked around Manchester, you know there's not that many hills. So Manchester is a big urban area in the northwest of England, and it's very, very important. It's been important historically as a way of trading to the rest of the country, and it's still important today. So we're going to find out about why it's important. One aspect of Manchester's importance is its location, like I just said on that map. Manchester is really well connected to other cities and even other countries. So, first of all, Manchester has a huge ring road around it. So a ring road is this big motorway, the M60, that travels all the way around Manchester. That means that no matter which side of Manchester you're on, you can get around it easily to be able to end up somewhere else. For example, you could take the M62 to Liverpool. The M56, M61 all lead to what's called the M6 that links towards the south of the country. We've got the M62 over on this side that goes off to Leeds and Sheffield. And we've got lots of major railway links coming straight in from the city, from Victoria Station usually heading up towards the north, and from Piccadilly usually heading down south to London. And then once you're in London, you can, of course, get all the way across Europe. You could change trains and get on the Eurotunnel and go to France. Manchester's also got a really large airport. We can get all around the world from Manchester, not just for holidays, but for business and trade. So Manchester's connections are really important. Another really important thing about Manchester is how it's changed over the years. So this is an image of what Manchester would look like in the history books. So you can see there's a lot of chimneys in the background, throwing up pollution and soot into the air. There's these terraced houses all packed together so we could get a lot of workers in these factories here. So you'll still see these kind of houses around Manchester and a lot of the old factories and warehouses, although they've disappeared now. So originally Manchester was a place where there was a lot of cotton trade, a lot of manufacture in the textile industry, all because it could get that stuff from Liverpool and then send it to the rest of the country and even the rest of the world. So it's changed from being a city like this. It no longer has these big chimneys spewing out smoke and big factories running all night and day, but it's now got buildings that look like this. You might recognise this as being Salford Quays, a very different type of area to the other image, very different type of industry we've got going on. So, there's been a change from these textile industries that they used to have in the Industrial Revolution to global industries, so industries that work all the way across the world. And these can be financial industries, so anything to do with banking and money. They could be business services, so a lot of headquarters of international businesses are based in Manchester. Some fashion industries like Boohoo are based here. Technology, so there's a lot of technology in Manchester. Graphene, a new invention, a new not an element, a new compound based on carbon is found here. Culture, well, Salford Quays being a great example of culture and media. It's where the BBC studios have moved, so all children's television, news, sports and a lot of entertainment is based in Manchester. ITV are there as well, of course, filming Coronation Street and things like that. So culture and media are very important to Manchester as well.